Hey guys, how's it going today? So, back on the Mt125, took the carburetor off. Gonna do some work to that. Cleaned it. While I was cleaning it, I was looking at the carb boots. I kind of always wondered why it had the red tape on it. Well, I took the red tape off, found silver RTV, found out it's broke. I've kind of did a quick glance and I couldn't find anything to replace this with, so I'm going to try to glue it, and this video will be covering that and putting the carb back on. I think this spring may be too long. This is not for this bike. This is, I forget what size carburetor. This is a 24 millimeter maybe. Anyways, I bought a Mikuni VM24 spring or VM26 spring, and I don't think it's allowing the slide to go up and down enough, and that may be some of our issue. I think a lot of the issue is with this though. So got the carb cleaned, got that inside, and we'll go do that. I got to clean this up, make sure there's no oil left on it because the glue won't adhere, and we'll go from there. I'm going to try to use some of the seal-all. I've had some moderate luck with it in the past. I got it kind of set up in here so I can squish. I'm going to use 2 pony clamps to kind of push everything together. I'm going to glue it while it's on the carburetor. Hopefully I don't ever have to take it off. If I do. We'll figure it out from there. Alright, I'm going to glue it and then put it together, and I'll take a picture of it afterwards. Got it clamped in here. Got it glued. I don't know how well this stuff's going to work. I've had it for a couple years and it's not really very viscous. It's very thick and more like caulking or silicone RTV. So I don't remember it being like that, but we'll see how it turns out. It said the dry time is 2 to 6 hours to be fully cured, so come back to it and we'll see how it looks. The glue job on the carb looks like it's gonna possibly hold up here. It doesn't look like it's pulling apart, so I'm gonna put it all back together, see what happens. Double checking the spring to make sure it's the correct length. Looks like we're good to go there. So I'll put the carb on and we'll see if we can get it started. Worked on the petcock a little bit, and hopefully I got the fuel leak taken care of. About ready to find out though. So I solved the fuel tank leaking issue, but my float is stuck. So it's kind of filling everything up. Let's see if I can shut it off here. Let it drain out, push the bike outside, and let it do its thing here. Sorry. Let's see if we can get it going. Alright. Fuel filter's full. No drips. So I think I got that taken care of. Cleaned up. We'll see, let's see what happens here. Turn the ignition on. Wanting to go. So I have never cleaned the points. That might be something I need to look into. Not sure if this bike actually takes a battery or not. Well, I know it does, but whether it needs a battery to run. My other Kawasaki 2-strokes, they've never needed a battery to run, but I've always had a battery in them to complete the circuit. I do not have any of that in this bike, but it seems to want to go. Let's keep going here, see what happens. Still got fuel. this is getting a little tiring. Nope. Well, I know it's getting fuel. Fuel filter is full. We can check it and pull this out and see if we got fuel in the float bowl or if it's just the float stuck up or what. I may have been a little wrong about this glue because I can see little bubbles when I push that coming up to there. So I might have to glue it some more. I'll kick it over a couple more times and see what happens here. Adjust the camera real quick. Still got the fuel on, ignition on. Might just have a giant vacuum leak right now. I also might have more issues than I think with this bike. Alright, well, I'll glue it up and we'll see what happens tomorrow with it. I couldn't end the video that way. Being defeated by this motorcycle. I've been defeated by that Suzuki quite a bit. I'm not going to let it get to me. So I've been tinkering with the past couple days. I put the carburetor in with the airbox hooked up. So this is the final configuration of how it should sit. Re-glued the intake boots, and it did about the same. It would kind of sputter and run. I thought, okay. I just came back out here today, and I kind of messing with it. I realized the spark plug was bubbling down here. Tightened it up, kicked it over. She's starting to run a little bit better. Now, whether that was due to it was finally getting warm, could be one thing. I'm not sure, but it kind of halfway runs right now. So what I need to do is I filled up the oil reservoir. I need to bleed this. So I know it's not leaking out any oil right now. It should be, or it hasn't been when I fired it up. So now the trick I have to try is to wedge this bad boy up, or this guy up here. And then that being wedged up, part way or something, is try to get that, keep the bike running long enough that it bleeds out. Once that's good, I'll be very happy. I didn't mess with the points, although I said that previously I was going to. After it started firing up, I wasn't too worried about it. So now, let's try to get this thing going, try to bleed this. Let's see how this works. I got a bushing driver stuck in there. This may take several takes to get this to work. As I can see, it's already wanting to slide back on me. Ignition's on. Probably won't want to start now. Now that I have it on video. Ignition is on. Okay. Should have started to bleed by then, I think. Where's the oil line come in here? You feel it. It is connected. Unlike the T5 or the GT750, it does have a connected oil line. I'm gonna give it a bit to cool down. I don't want to seize anything up. That would not be very fun at this point in the game. Must be bone dry. Hopefully the pump works. Could be the whole reason that this was disassembled. Give it a go again. Now the chicken's wound up so far. Can't really see if it's pumping or not. Guess we'll have to bleed it here. It's been a while since I made a video on this bike, the Mt125. So I haven't really messed with it much. Been kind of frustrated with it. Just thinking about stuff to do, and I figured, well, it's a warm day. I'll pull it out and see what's going on with it. Brought it out, letting it warm up a little bit from the sunlight. Started kicking it over, and no, it had been dry down here. It shouldn't be wet because it had been sitting for 2 or 3 weeks. Fuel and brake clean should have evaporated. Well, got the feeling up under this intake, and it's wet. I either bumped the float or the float is bad. So that's kind of where this bike sits right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to invest much more money into it, due to the fact I have bought another pretty large project. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing videos on that, but it's a car. So we'll see how that goes. For now, I have this listed for sale. If I could sell it, great. I'll use the money towards the new project because it's quite the large project. But we'll see how this goes. I'll put this back up in storage, and if it doesn't sell, maybe I'll get around to it next summer or this fall. If not, I'll sell it and use that money towards something else. So that's kind of where this sits for now, in limbo. Thank you all for watching. Really hasn't got very far on this bike, but maybe one day we'll revisit it, maybe not. Thanks for watching.